Okay guys, before you even watch this video, I want to let you know, even though the animatronics do not work in this store was one of the best ones I have ever been to in my life. Trust me on that. Watch the video past the broken animatronics and you'll see why. Alright, enjoy the video. What's up guys, we're out here at Spirit Halloween in Charleston, West Virginia. I cannot believe how many new things we are still seeing at every Spirit Halloween we visit. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see where I hide a small black pumpkin with a gold face with some stickers in there for you. Let's go see what they got. This looks like a good store. Let's go in here. It looks nice and big. I wonder who's greeting us in the doors. But hold on, before we go that way, this says promote your haunt here. How awesome. And look, there are some haunts stuck up. Peck's Mill Haunted Trail, Vampire Ball, Ice Cream, and Fear on the Farm. Pretty cool. Check those out if you guys are local. I am not a haunt, but I'm going to put a sticker right there in case someone wants to look me up. All right, now we can go in here and see who's greeting us. Jack the Reaper and the Crypt Countess, as always. We'll take our glasses off so Jack can track us. And there he goes, he's working.
Into nightmare.
He almost always works. Crypt Countess is not spinning around, but I can hear her over here screaming. No spinning today. I wonder why that is. All right, we'll skip her and we'll go over here. I see something I haven't seen yet before, but first, Valak. She just jumped, but she is silent. That is funny. All right, over here is Bullseye. We'll do him before we see what's hiding behind him. It's something very awesome. He is cool. All right, let's go around here. I don't even listen to his quotes. This girl, why do they have her turned around? Trixie. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be facing this way, though. Yeah, that is really cool. Why do they have her turned around, though? Maybe we should fix it for them. Let's see if we can get a hand on here and turn her. Unless there's going to be some sort of issue with that. Probably not. There we go. We fixed her and turned her the right way. There's her face and her mask. We're going to activate her again as soon as she resets. Electrified Corpse is back there going crazy. We're still waiting for her to reset, and she is actually really slow at resetting. Is there anything in her bag? No, it doesn't look like it. There's not even an inside. It's just a bag, and then the top is solid. Let's activate her again. Here we go. Trixie. That is awesome. Very cool. She's holding a knife. That's what she's hiding behind the bag, is a knife. How cool. $180. Finally, we saw her. We'll have to take a picture of her for the thumbnail. And here's Monkey Business. We see him every time. $330. If he's gonna go, this might be his whistling quote. Yes, it is.
Monkey. Monkey.
Awesome. I just heard Trixie say all better now. That's so cool. I love they had her set up here. Here's a fire demon for $310 if he will work. Maybe he will not. Ah, that is too bad. Take this guy away and put up the guy that I haven't seen yet. I don't remember what his name is. There's no jumping spider here either, but there is the crow. Hello, Mr. Crow. Crow? No, he's not a crow. He's an owl. But what in the world? He's not working either. $250 for the night owl, and he's not working. We'll check out the animatronics in a minute at the exit there, but there is Trick or Treat Pete. I guess not. They just tried. There he is. Two-Faced Teddy. They should put him up in replacement of some of the ones that are not working over here, and he is not working either, which is too bad. That is very weird. Let's see if maybe we reach for some candy. No. What in the world? What are you guys doing? Get these guys going. Here is the Sinister Straw Man. If he doesn't work, I might walk out. He's not gonna work? Are you kidding me? What in the world? This store is broken. Grandma's here and Headcase Harry is here. We'll see them in a minute. Here's the rat. Let's do him first. You can almost step on his tail when you're activating him. Maybe that's why he's hissing and squeaking at us, because we stepped on his tail. Good to see you, Mr. Rat. I'm sorry about your tail. There is the Electrified Corpse. Shaking and shocking. The live wires are here, and that one's going. You know what I've noticed is only one of those live wires on either side work. I've never seen both of them working. Maybe I have, but I don't remember it. What in the world is up with this place? Will that work? Maybe. Let's put some pressure on there. What in the world is up with this store? This is crazy. Hold on. Does this work at least? No, it does not. This whole store is broken. Throw the whole store away. All right, we'll go over here, and Headcase Harry, I did see him talking a minute ago, so he has to be working. Oh, he's on motion. Oh my goodness.
Enjoy, twisted and right.
And feel the sting and endless.
That is hilarious, terrifying, and sad.
Delight.
His jaw is broken. You can't tell when you just look from afar. But that is crazy. Let's see if we can get him going again. I want to see his jaw all messed up. What in the world is that? A skull on a chain? Hold on. First of all,
Yes, it'll complete our collection.
that is just hilarious. But look at this. A skull with two faces on a head. What in the world? And one eye? That is awesome. This is $40 for the latex skull. I did not know that existed. We are seeing new things at every single store. How cool. But also, how sad about his jaw. That's actually pretty scary. I mean, it looks like his jaw is just opening way too wide. That must hurt pretty bad. Grandma's here. Let's see what's wrong with her. We're expecting something to be wrong with all of them. $230 for her.
Hear that sound? That's the grinding of my bones coming to tuck you in while you're sleeping.
She seems to be one of the only ones working correctly. And Trixie. Trixie was cool, but she was facing the wrong way. Here's some animatronics. We got Victor and Emily here. Ooh, they have two Art the Clown Santa here. He's probably like $300, but I don't know the price on him. Valak is here, and Gordo is here, and the foam coffin. Two-Face Teddy for $130. Why in the world is he not set up in placement of one of the broken ones over there? I do not know. They have a Dark Princess. They have Trixie here. Awesome. And I actually really like her. I might have to buy her, but I don't see the price on there, which is weird. They'd have her in store, but no price. Oh, they have two of her here. I just looked at it and I didn't even realize it. Here's the groundbreaking sandworm from Beetlejuice. The first time this year that I'm seeing it. Last year, it was brand new. And they have two of the groundbreaking worms from Nightmare Before Christmas. Those are awesome. And Howling Spirit. They have two of him. His packaging is actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, but I love the Howling Spirit. I hope somebody has some animatronics from previous years set up at the ISE this year, but we'll have to keep our eyes peeled. We're going to lots of Spirit Halloweens. Twisted Grandma, they have two of her. They have the Lantern Keeper. They have Cerberus, another Lantern Keeper. Jack the Reaper, more Emily. And is Victor over there too? Yes, more Victor as well. And we have a Mutant Sewer Rat and the Fogging Skull Pile, Bullseye, and a Ringmaster here. This is the second Ringmaster we've seen so far this year. Pretty awesome. They have a lot of good products here, but the animatronics were all broken. I'm gonna skip everything and go right here because I already see more new things. What the heck? Hold on, we gotta move this one and hang it back up. What is this? What do they call it? That is Latex Snake Woman for $45. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. These weren't even released online, so I had no idea they existed. There's another one of the skulls on a chain. That one is awesome, but I think this one I like even more. Look at the tongue wrapping around the girl's face. That is too funny. For what reason that would exist, I don't know. Somebody's cooking up some good stuff over at the corporate locations. This is a baby doll that is called Latex Baby Doll for $40. How cool. I cannot believe we're seeing new things at every store still. We've been to like 20 of them. I'm not surprised that they have the talking creature here because they have so many other new things. This one has a big gulp, but they're not gonna work. What? Is there a tab we can pull? These guys are brand new. Yes. Tab can be pulled. He opened his mouth when I pulled the tab like he was coming alive. Here we go. Drinking his big gulp. That is hilarious. I can't tell if this one has the shape. Yes, he does. He has the shape on his head. For some reason, they put something in front of the light in there. So there's like a weird shape that is casted on the head. I won't pull the tab on this one. There is no tabs. That one just doesn't work. He is so awesome. His laughing. Love the teeth on him. What a freaky little animatronic. And look at this, a new talking pumpkin. I was just saying the other day that I wish that these ones were animated, but look at this, a talking pumpkin. Do they have a tab? No. Does he work at all? Yes, he does. Yes. Here we go. Let's see what he does. Is that it? He made a bell sound and then stopped. What in the world? That is the weirdest thing ever. He's still going. He's just making really weird, creepy sounds. Can we... He opened his mouth a little bit. This is the weirdest thing ever. Hold on. The switch, there's like multiple options on the switch. What does it say? Sensor off and try me. Let's put it on try me, and then we'll press the button again and try it.
Excuse
If that's all he does, that is super lame. He made a bell sound and then bit down once. What in the world? He must be broken, because I highly doubt that's all he does. He makes a bell sound and then like closes his mouth once. That is the weirdest thing ever. Love this guy though. Let's see what inflatables they have over here. I see lots of jack-o'-lanterns, ghosts, dual mask inflatables. But hold on, I forgot about the baby hand. There we go. That thing is super long. I love this thing. Cats, wolves, owls, mini jack-o'-lantern skeletons, mini skeletons, pumpkin scarecrows, animated pumpkin cats, more ghosts, reapers, and they have the jack-o'-lantern archway and the scarecrow archway, and they have a bunch of the hearses. This store also has a 3-piece stacking ghost. They have 4 of them here, but I don't see any of the candy corn pathway markers. What I do see though is some more new things. Look at this guy with the sharp teeth. What is that? A teddy bear of some sort. Hanging bear for $22. That is creepy. I love that. And they also have a bunny for $22. Also very creepy. That will surely make your kids scared of the Easter bunny. How awesome, man. We're seeing so many new things. I have to take a careful look at the masks because usually they have some new ones kind of tucked in and they're hard to see. So far I don't see any new ones, but what I do see is one that I've wanted for a long time. This one is from Goosebumps. I love that. How awesome. Haven't seen it in a long time. That is $70. And there is another brand new one also from Goosebumps. I don't even know if I recognize that. He looks kind of like Ozzy with those glasses. That one is $50. How is that one cheaper than that one? This one feels a lot heavier and like a better quality. It's super thick, goes all over the whole head. I don't know that I recognize that episode of Goosebumps, but how awesome. I think that's the only new one that is here though. I was wrong. They have the Carver clown here. That is the freakiest new mask they've come out with in a long time. Look at that. Very scary and gory. That one is $60. Not too bad. And it's Spirit Halloween branded, but it looks like it came from Trick or Treat Studios. They have the clear machete here. This store rocks, man. They have all the rare stuff and a ton of new things like those heads. I love those. $13 for the clear machete. It doesn't look like they have any of the new weapons here though. Never mind. I was wrong again. What is this? A saw. That thing is crazy. This is $15. It's called the Bone Saw. That is really cool. That would be great for like a Leatherface costume maybe. We'll come back over here to the horror babies. Look at that. Clobbering Claude is going crazy over here. But they also have Scheming Sally, and they have Chucky here, and they have Barbara Wire and Ghostly Gus, and Spider Biter Billy is up there. Scary Straw Baby. I love that one for $50. They have a Gutsy Gwen here. Almost all the stores are having Gutsy Gwen with her little pumpkin snack. I love that. What is this? Creepy Baby. Hold on. Zombie Babies Creepy Kit. I am so happy I see this because I was just talking in a previous video about how they should have more accessories for the zombie babies. This, oh my gosh, it says evil. That is crazy. And then Scar on the top. That is awesome. These are blocks that spell out creepy words. Includes blanket, bottle, and block. And the bottle has like a black liquid in there that moves. That is so cool. And the blanket is all bloody with skulls on it. How awesome. $30. This store is fantastic, minus the broken animatronics. What is this staff right here? That thing is heavy. Sorcerer's staff? I don't know if that's new, but that thing is weird. And look at the iridescent paint on that. That is kind of cool. I don't see any tied up Chucky, but you know what? I wonder if they have any new sidesteppers. I see Chucky right here. Holy cow, what in the world? Art the Clown shoulder sitter. That is too funny. Art the Clown that sits on your shoulder. That is $45. Didn't even know it existed. How cool. It has a try me button. Hold on, let's listen and see what he does. Oh my gosh. He goes back and forth and honks his horn. That is insane. $45 is also insane though. A pretty crazy price, but I love it. How cool. And look at this. They have one of the porch greeters. Ghostface. That one is $50. I want it so bad, but I'm not gonna grab it. Kind of hard to find. We usually see Sam too, but he's not here. They have a bunch of these shoulder sitters. That is very cool. Some more sidesteppers over here. Ghostface. And he works. And Chucky, of course. We're gonna press the button on him. We always have to see him. And look at this, they have one bobblehead right here, and it's not new, but that is Slim making the shadow on the wall. I love that one. That one actually might be new for 2025, but I don't remember. $40. If it is new, I saw it super early, so it's not really new to me. I am being very careful to be super detailed with my searching because I'm seeing so many new things, but it's hard to find them sometimes. They're kind of tucked in. This is not brand new. I guess it is. It's the Five Nights at Freddy's sign. It does light up. I love that one. And they have the Art the Clown one right there. We did see this a couple times, but it is super Super cool. And the Krampus sign is here. I like this one right here with Beetlejuice and all the things hanging off him. I forget what you call this thing, but that is really cool. That was new last year in 2024. Here is a Wanted poster with Michael Myers in the front. That's funny. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Do not approach, considered armed and dangerous. That is pretty funny. That one is $19. Here's something I haven't seen in a long time. The Oogie Boogie board game Operation, which is awesome. There you go. Look at the back there. How cool. Ooh, I'm really scared. It has some quotes. That is so funny. $40. How cool. I actually really want that. We're seeing lots of like Spirit Halloween and other Halloween movie Monopoly games, but I would rather have Operation. Here is a sign that has the anatomy of a bat. There's his skeleton, and there is the bat. That is too funny. How much is this thing? $25. That's a unique one. More new things. Beauty treats? What in the world is that supposed to be? Let's look at the Ghostface one. Hair collection? What? $25. Oh, it's a hair care kit with a clip, headband, and a scrunchie, but you can't really tell what it looks like when it's in the bag there, and I'm not going to open it up. There's a Beetlejuice one, and Shrek, and Scooby-Doo up there. They have Harry Potter ones, and Corpse Bride. They have a lot of these. There's a Stitch one down there. That's kind of cool, I guess. Oh my gosh, look at how stocked they are on slippers. This is crazy. Jaws slippers. What in the world? Look at how big his jaw is. That is hilarious. Your feet come out of the mouth there. This is $33, and I want that, but that would definitely not fit me. This one's size small, medium. They have the Halloween 2 ones here. Whoops, we're dropping stuff. They have the Halloween 2 Michael Myers slippers here, but look at this Frankenstein slippers. Those are cool. I want that. That would go great with my 26-foot tall inflatable Frankenstein's monster. Oh, here's some sweet Ghostface slippers. Whoa, that is awesome. The icon of Halloween, $33. I love that. Man, they have tons of new stuff in this store. What is this one? Pennywise? Hold on. Oh my gosh, that is cool. How unique. Man, tons of unique new items in this store. Probably the same price. Yeah, $33. Not Halloween related, but they do have some Stitch ones here, and look at that. He has a mouth that opens up. That is very cool. How interesting. Here's some more cool ones. Jurassic Park, and look at the mouth. I love that. That's a great concept where your toes come out of the mouth of whatever the character is. I love it. That is so cool. Dinosaur slippers. There's the Chucky ones. I have those, and I love them. There's some Hello Kitty ones down there. Okay, finally we're seeing some new dog costumes, and look at this Ghostface Rider dog costume. That is so funny. Where's the price on it though? I don't know how much it costs. If I had a dog, I would definitely get that for him to wear. They also have the Halloween 2 Michael Myers one with the mask that goes on his head. That one's $25, so probably this is $25 as well. And over here they have a Terrifier dog costume. How funny, man. $25. I'm not surprised that they have a ton of dog costumes here, because there are actually some dogs walking around the store, believe it or not, but they're not over here right now. And I'm not sure if their owner would be comfortable with me showing a picture of him on the video. But look at this Shrek, and he has the Beware of Ogre sign. That is too cool. $25. I would not be surprised if we saw some new blankets, and we do. We see some awesome ones, but hold on. What is this? A squid with some bat wings? What in the world? That is too cool. Everything in here is cool, man. They have so many awesome things. I love this store. $27 for that. I don't think I'm going to see that anywhere else. That is so awesome. I am so in love with this store. Hold on. We saw some new blankets, and I want to show them to you. The one that I want to show you is this one right here. Phone Home ET throw blanket. I love that. The stars spell out phone home. They had another new one, and where was it? There's a Wicked blanket if you're into that movie, but here it is. Shrek Life blanket. That is awesome. I'm seeing so many new things. I keep calling everything awesome. $27. I'm gonna have to find a new word to use because there's so many new things in here. New things, new words. Their hooded blanket section is also very full. All the ones we love, and even a new one. What is this? Checkered skull hoodie? That's pretty cool. Checkered and has some skulls and stars. A little bit random, but cool. Here's a celestial hoodie that has some moons and suns. Those are new that I haven't seen before. They have the ghost face one, and they have the pumpkin skull hoodie right there. Love these. I'm definitely gonna have to get some of these. There's the ghost one with a bunch of ghosts on it. I want that one. And over here on the end cap, they do have the Sam one. I have not seen this one yet. Very cool. Out of all the new things in this store, they do not have the Spirit Halloween Dr. Squatch soap. What is going on, Dr. Squatch? I want to see that soap. Oh my gosh, it just doesn't end. Look at this. A dinosaur coming out of an egg that is a plush character. Oh, wait a minute. It could be used as a puppet. Hold on. We have to try it out. Look at that. That is so cool. Rawr. My daughter would really get a kick out of that. that. How funny, man. And where's the price on it? Hold on. Does this one have a price? I don't see a price on either of them. That is weird. I don't see a price, but I'm gonna guess it's like 25 bucks. Here's Gingy. Oh my gosh, how funny. $30 for the plush. That's a little pricey for him. Jeez. With the gumdrop buttons. Somebody mentioned this to me and I did not believe them, but look at this. The Mars Attacks Martian plush. And he has a hard, what do you call that? Tank on his head, whatever you want to call that. Space helmet or something. Man, this store is so cool. $35. I love it. I want that so bad, but I'm not gonna buy it. And I'm probably going to regret it because I'm never gonna see this guy again, I bet. Here's a cool ET plush over here. Hold on. My dad actually has a giant life-size ET plush that looks exactly like this, except the body is a little bit more proportionate to the head. This one is $35. How cool. And the one my dad has actually has a light-up chest. Then next to him, there's a furry Spider-Man. What in the world? That is a unique concept. Amazing Spidey. He is $30. Young He is here, but we'll check her out in a little bit. There's some people looking at her right now. Hold on. A Megan paper cutter machete. I watched the movie for the first time the other day, so this makes sense to me. That is cool. $17. Brand new for 2025. Never seen it before. The movie was okay, but that's an awesome weapon. I like the weapon more than I like the movie. Hold on. What is this? A bedazzled Chucky axe. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. There are so many new bedazzled things this year. That one is $30. And look over here, a Chucky hair clip that has hair on it. That is awesome. This is $13. Kind of surprised that I don't see the new Jason masks here, but we do have a new shiny bedazzled Jason crossbody bag. Ooh, it says Friday the 13th right there. For some reason, I really like that. I'm glad they didn't just leave the back all plain white. That one is $40, and I actually really like that. I should get that for my wife. No way, they have a Young He plush here. That thing is $30. A lot of the plush things are $30. That is funny. That thing's actually pretty big, and she looks a little bit weird. She doesn't quite look like Young He. Lots of Ghostface things here, but let's see if they have any of the brand new masks. There's the Pearl one right there. We just saw that one for the first time recently. However, I don't see any other brand new ones. We'll keep our eyes peeled. There's the Crimson Ghostface costume for $60. They have the super expensive but super awesome hoodies there, and they have the deluxe Ghostface costumes for $60 up there. Those ones are shiny like from the movies. Okay, this one might be new. I don't remember if we've seen this before. No, it's something we've seen before. The Bleeding What's Up mask. I thought it was going to be like one of these Slayer kits with a Bleeding What's Up mask. Just to be sure, let's go ahead and look behind some of these masks and see if they have any new ones hiding. It does not look like it, but you never know. Sometimes they like to hide things so they can keep it for themselves for later. Nah, it seems like they were pretty honest here and didn't hide anything from us. Hey, they do have the pink bling mask though. That's awesome. Do they have any other colors? No, they do not. Just pink. And of course, the Devil Bling mask. I think we do see that one pretty often, but it is awesome. Look at it shine in the light. And I had to point this one out. They also have the Ghostface cat suit up there. That one is $50. This is out of place, but it is a ginormous Stitch mask. How funny. That is $35, and that thing is giant. I don't know how I haven't seen this before, but they have an awesome Jason Lives glow-in-the-dark shirt here. And I don't see it down here, but I just might have to get that. And then I'll get this one for my dad, Team Edward. I'm not surprised that this store has the Bling Jack Skeleton mask, and Barrel, and Lock, and Shock. And look at this, they have an Oogie Boogie plush crossbody bag. Where does it open up though? Oh, on the back, and it's a worm. Oh, cool, a little worm as the zipper. I love that. Let's see how much that one is. That is $30. Finally, we've seen some new Terrifier things. Look at this, the Terrifier Santa Claus. How awesome. I actually didn't even know this existed. Oh, there's a weapon there too. What in the world? This one is $30. Very cool. I wish we could see the animatronics set up in stores, but at least we got to see this guy. There's more new weapons. Hold on. We have the table leg that has some nails and things in it and forks. Oh my gosh. That is gruesome and awesome. That is $30, and it's actually heavy on the end. That would be pretty dangerous because it looks very sharp. I know those are just plastic. Yeah, a nice soft rubber or plastic or whatever, but that is awesome. If I was going to be the Terrifier, I would totally get that table leg. And they have the saw here. Look at that. How awesome. And I hope we start seeing these at other stores. $20 for the saw. That is not a bad price. And they have the Terrifier magic sword. I don't know which movie that's from. Maybe I haven't seen it yet. That one is $20. Ooh, and they have the sunglasses for the Christmas one too. That is awesome. $10, the same price as those ones. And they have a bunch more of the Art the Clown shoulder sitters. I want that so bad. Let's press this button one more time. There he goes. How cool. Okay, I was curious if we were going to see some more of the upgraded... Hold on, I just pointed out with my finger. I got to use the baby finger. I was curious if we were going to see some more Star Wars premium helmets. We saw Darth Vader's, but now they have Stormtrooper. Very cool. It includes the helmet and stand. It's padded inside and has detailed designs. That one is $100. I love Star Wars stuff. And then you can get the costume for the Stormtrooper. That one is $80. What in the world is this? Look at that alien face. Hold on, let's see what it looks like on the front. Alien Pro. We're not even going to show the bottom of the costume, but that is too funny. I'm going to put it over here, and we're not even going to look at the bottom of the costume, but I love the face. Okay, if my daughter saw this, this is what she would want me to be for Halloween. It's a carrot. That is $30. How funny. A 3D foam carrot costume. Whoa, look at this. A giant Shrek helmet. That is cool. We're going to have to pop that out and fill it out real quick. Hold on. It is an all-over-the-head mask, and this thing is huge. You could obviously fill it out a little bit better than that. It's kind of smashed, but you look through his mouth. That is funny. This one is $40. This store is kind of a mess, but they have so many good things, including the Shrek inflatable costume and the Gingy inflatable costume. We saw those for the first time the other day. Over by the racing section, this is a very cool addition to your racer costume. This is an inflatable tire, and that one is $13. Not bad at all. I don't really care for the racing stuff, but if I was a racer, I'd definitely use the inflatable tire. I am checking all the aisles meticulously because they have things like this, little tiny brand new things that I've never seen before that you could very easily miss and overlook. This is a jewelry box, and look at that. It's a necklace that has like a circus ticket. Ooh, and they have some earrings in there that say Freak Show that look like blood dripping, and there's even some other earrings up there. It's very hard to see through this box. Oh, there you go. On the back, it shows you what it looks like. Some, what looks like maybe eyes with blood on them, and some little meat cleavers, and I love that ticket necklace. That is $19. Very cool. There's so many new things in this store that if I blink, I'm going to miss something. Finally, we're seeing a new door cover, and look at this Five Nights at Freddy's Bonnie. That is awesome. That is $23. How fantastic. I love it. I hope they have some of the other characters here eventually. Oh, look, there's Krampus. Very cool. And then they have Megan right there. Maybe these are all new. There's the Chucky family. We've seen that one before. Leatherface. There's the clown with the chainsaw. Awesome, man. They have some awesome new door covers here. I'm so happy about that because we usually see the same ones every time. Man, this store rocks. They have the ghost face hockey mask right there, and they had the Dead by Daylight masquerade, but oh my gosh, I have not seen that burlap one since the first time we saw it. I'm so upset that I didn't buy it. We saw this one for the first time the other day, the octopus pick-me-up costume. That is so funny. $65 hairs. What in the world? But it does light up. That might make it worth $65 hairs. All right, we've seen so many new things. I think I'm going to save this area to look at another time at another store, but I do want to point out these awesome Chucky earrings. Look at that. That is too funny. That one is $15. We're gonna have to count how many times I said something was too funny or awesome at this store. I lied. They have a new ducky here. This one's a Spirit exclusive, and it's a skeleton ducky. Look at that. How awesome. I cannot believe we keep finding new things. This store is incredible. Is this a dream? This one is glow in the dark too, and he is $20. I love this store. This is probably the best store I've ever been to, minus the animatronics being broken. I cannot believe that. I'll have to be very quick looking around this area to find cool things. There's a little pumpkin and a little ghost, and these are squishy. What in the world? And they're kind of furry, but they're rubber. There's gonna be a bunch of people coming in here to buy stuff pretty soon, so I'm gonna try to look for all the cool stuff and see if there's anything new. They have the Jenga set here, and look at this. They have Nightmare Before Christmas checkers. What in the world? Hold on, we gotta look at the back. Ooh, very cool. That is $20. I love the games and stuff. There's a Ouija Wednesday board. We saw that before. Beetlejuice Monopoly, Scooby-Doo Monopoly. I'm still keeping my eyes out for that Spirit Halloween coloring book. If we see that, we are grabbing it. There's the pig. I bought one for my daughter from Party City last year. I love it. It actually honks, and he is $10. Lots of good plush things here. We're doing a very quick look around because people are going to be flooding in here to buy things. This is the only moment that I've been at this store that this area has been empty. Look at this. Baby hands. Glad I saw it again, but I'm glad I bought the one that I did because there's only one here. That's funny. Look at this though. An awesome jack-o'-lantern pen. That is very cool. Look at these cups. First of all, that one from Nightmare Before Christmas with the mayor. That is so awesome. And here is a bedazzled blood dripping cup. Very cool. A Terrifier bedazzled one. It says honk honk. How funny. Man, this this store is so awesome. Tally mark it and count it how many times I've said awesome so far. Look at that, Savage soda with Ghostface. There's probably a t-shirt or something in there. No, it's actually just a cup, but it's shaped like a soda can. Open it up there and drink it like that. Very cool. And they also have one with Pennywise on it. All right, I cannot believe it. That store was fantastic. I can't believe how many new things there were in there that we've never seen before. There must be something special about this store because that was awesome. We had a lot of fun in there, but now it's time to hide the small pumpkin. There is the store back there, and all the way here in the back of the parking lot, there is a little light post. I guess it's a big light post, but here's the pumpkin. We're gonna set him actually right here behind the light post. So if anyone parks here, they're not able to see the pumpkin hiding behind the post. Come and get him. There's 3 stickers in there for you. Comment and let me know if you got them. Thanks for watching.